All right, what's going on, guys? We're back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we actually have a teaser for the part 2 of the global Dokkan campaign that actually came out last night. So we're going to take a look at that real quick. We're going to do some speculation stuff, and yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and watch this. Okay, so what we can take away from this is basically we've doomed ourselves. So GT is obviously confirmed as the part 2. We kind of knew this already from the leaks of the Omega Shenron Dokkan being the Dokkan Fest for part 2. It was unclear, I will say, whether or not that was going to be for this celebration or a later celebration. Obviously now it is 100% confirmed that is going to be for part 2 of the global Dokkan campaign. So it kind of starts off with this here where it shows 7/7, which is the day the campaign began, right? Hashtag come say your wish. So if you remember, Dokkan did a campaign on their page that was a come say your wish to Shenron. It was like dragon stones, it was a secret chest, it was the oolong, the panties item that you could get. It was, all the stuff that you had a chance that you could make a wish for. People could receive, they picked X amount of people for each gift, and people will receive these rewards. So the concept here is that all these wishes, everybody wishing on the Dragon Balls, built up all the negative energy, right? Even though people are so excited, ooh, yeah, we got our stuff. Yeah, cool, wish came true. Awesome, go Shenron. All that repeated use of the Dragon Balls built up the negative energy within, which eventually cracked it and released the Shadow Dragons. So this right here officially confirms that Omega Shenron is going to be the part 2 Dokkan Fest. GT is going to be the theme of part 2 for the global Dokkan campaign. And I don't think this is a bad pick. Obviously I'm still like Daima hype train, but I'm still holding out hope for an EX part for Daima. But this isn't gonna be a video about that. This is part 2. So they had this video that dropped last night. Basically confirmed everything. We already had the leak for the Omega Shenron Dokkan Fest, right? This is from like the jukebox from the burst mode. It's on the JP version. They updated the asset of there to show like this, which is an art we don't have in the game of Omega Shenron, basically updating his Dokkan event, which confirmed that he was going to be a Dokkan Fest LR at some point, which is obviously now confirmed 100% to be for part 2. So going forward, basically he is, the Shadow Dragon Saga team, the GT team, definitely needs help, especially this guy. So we did get an Omega Shenron, very, very recently, and he just isn't that great because he's very dependent on GT bosses. He just doesn't have a good team to kind of run on, so he kind of just like died upon release. And it was very unfortunate because this is one of those like LRs along with Kid Buu that everybody had been waiting for, and it just seemed that they just messed it up. So I think with this does give them a chance to kind of redeem themselves with the Omega Shenron. I am hoping, so it is an art of Omega, obviously, right? Because he's got all the Dragon Balls here in his chest. My hope is that it's actually going to be a Sen Shenron that can, active skill transform into Omega instead of just having standalone Omega. That way you can run this guy on the team. Hopefully, whatever he's built out as can actually help this guy out, make him runnable, make him viable, give us like a banner unit. I wouldn't say Nova Shenron because we've already had that, but Ice Shenron, Oceanus, like Legion of Shadow Dragons banner unit, like something like that. But we need Shadow Dragons need help, and Shadow Dragon Saga needs help. GT Bosses needs help. So, you know, you get a good Sen Shenron or Omega Shenron, you can run this guy, you know, get a new banner unit that'll help out. Maybe, you know, super easy A some of these older, you know, like this guy here, you can super easy A him, and, you know, you've got a decent team you could run on. One of my other hopes that they do is something along the lines of, actually, I want to try to pull it up real quick. So the way they did the clones here for the Goku Black, I would love to see this for Shadow Dragons. I know I've seen it float around on people talking about Shadow Dragon team. People have talked about the, you know, clones for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Honestly, I think I'd prefer Shadow Dragons. I think the clones for Gogeta would be really cool and really funny. But the super type doesn't really need that much help. I mean, GT, sure, but Extreme needs more help than Super does, in my opinion. So having a like Legion of Shadow Dragons, you know, free-to-play team on the level of these clones would be super cool to have for a new Dokkan Fest Sen or Omega Shenron. So that's really my hope for this. You know, I don't want to go too deep into this, talk too long on this topic, but, you know, just kind of pointing out the video, pointing out what we're going to see, and then some speculation stuff on what might come. You know, GT Bosses, like I said, needs the help. They really don't have a good team at all. Like, the most recent guy they got was this Battlefield LR, and they're not good. So, I mean, getting someone that can run alongside him, you know, someone who can run alongside Baby, having a full Shadow Dragons free-to-play team, super easy-ing him, maybe super easy A or easy A, you know, Super 17, you know, something along those lines, you know, easy A Nova Shenron, or do something, right? They could do a lot here to make the team a little bit better, a little more viable, and I really hope that they do it, because GT Bosses needs love, Shadow Dragon Saga needs love, GT Heroes could use it, but they're a lot better off right now than GT Bosses is. You know, we got this guy got added in, he got his easy A, they got their easy A's. If we're getting a Sen or Omega Shenron as the Dokkan Fest LR, you can pretty much bet your ass that the Carnival is going to be either a tag version of these guys or just a straight up standalone Gogeta, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And I mean, hell, dude, if they really wanted to go crazy, they super easy A them, super easy A him, whereas the easy A him, you know, GT Heroes doesn't need the help. They're going to get it, and they're going to be wild, but they don't need the help. And that if Omega is the Dokkan Fest, he should be like the headline. He should be the main focus of what they're trying to build around. So, you know, my hope is that they go that route. But either way, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be cool to see. So the tweet here does say the 20th at 1900 PST. So that would be, you know, 7 o'clock PST. So 10 o'clock EST, which I think we're in EDT, so it'd actually be 11 p.m. EDT, and 2000 PS or PDT. So 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern will be this right here, which I presume will just be either card art reveals or another teaser, or maybe like snippets of little animations. You know, we don't know for sure, but we're gonna see. You know, they didn't announce in here like, hey, we're doing a big video or a live stream or something like that. They just gave this time, this date and time, gave this teaser, and that was it. So I would assume we're gonna get card arts or another teaser of some sort that kind of teases some of the animations of what's coming. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know if I'll stay up for it. Just because I'm on baby duty tonight, but it's very tempting. I might be up because I'm actually really excited for this and seeing what they do. So I might be up for this. I will, you know, make a video on it, do it real quick, and then get that out for you guys as soon as I can, for sure. So talking about the celebration, you know, I assume that we will see the new unit on the 24th. You know, the Elder Kai banner goes away 24th at basically 1 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's when the units are going to drop. The Zeno login actually ends the 23rd at about 8 p.m. So I would say this is when part 2 is officially going to start. And then 1 a.m., you know, on the 24th is when the new units actually going to be live in game. That's my assessment for that. Yeah, that it would make the most sense to me. I mean, counting out the days anyway, it just makes the most sense. You know, 23rd night, part 2 begins. 24th early morning is when the units actually drop and become live. So yeah, I think that was really all I wanted to go over, right? Really not a whole lot that I wanted to drag on here. Dragon. Yeah, okay. Anyway, on that note, I think I am done. And I will go stand in a corner with my nose in the wall. Yeah. Omega Shenron, he's coming. The Shadow Dragons, they're coming. We caused this. So I hope we're ready to reap the repercussions of it. If you guys stuck around to the video, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of this teaser, of this sort of reveal into GT being the official 100% part 2 of the Global Dokkan campaign. Are you guys excited? What do you guys want to see from these guys, whether it be what you want to see from Omega or Sin, and then what you want to see as his, you know, partner unit as the Carnival? Do you want to see a standalone Gogeta? Do you hope it's a tag? Do you hope it's Super Saiyan 4? But I hope it's Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta into a tag, into a Gogeta, and it's probably just going to be an active skill attack, just like the VB was. But we'll see. And then like the list of easy is going to be stupid crazy anyway, so it's not even going to matter. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!